Welcome to the Money Watch Show. It is Thursday, October 26th, and we are here trying to help you make smarter and maybe a little bit less risky financial moves. Sometimes I'm worried about you folks. You write in, you call in, you're doing some wacky things. If you feel a little out of control, or if you feel like you're the other end of the spectrum, totally risk averse and you need some help and some hand holding, just give us a holler. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. We'll get your note. And when I say we, I mean my co-host, Mark Talercio. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Jill. It's funny, every time you start a show, whether it's this show or Jill on Money, we have this huge calendar on the wall. So I always turn around to make sure we're saying the right day and date because we've been known to screw that up. But I see that, believe it or not, next week we are in November.
I cannot believe it. I'm very much looking forward to it. By the way, we're also recording this and, getting some stuff done. And I am so happy that I returned from my vacation where it was literally 80 degrees and gorgeous every single day in Italy. And I came back and it was autumn in New York, which is really one of my faves. I love that so much. So we are here trying to help people answer some financial questions. Again, take a different step. A lot of times people just want to know, like, how do I move forward? How do I make a better decision? And if that's you, we'd love to hear from you. Go to JillOnMoney.com. That's our website. And click the Contact Us button. And you complete a little form. Very easy to do. That's your email. Boom. We do email episodes every now and again. If you'd like to appear with us live, you check the box. And then Mark does everything else. He arranges for everything. When you're on the website, I just want to point out a couple of things. The subscription service, Jill on Money Live, it is really cooking now. We've got a nice group of people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. We're not at thousands yet, but I'd like to be. And they have access to these great quarterly live webinars. And we have another one coming up in December, a year-end financial and tax planning. What's so great is that we also put bonus content behind that paywall. And so interviews with all sorts of different people like Jean Chatsky or Diana Henriquez. And, there's just kind of cool people that I think you would enjoy. $35 for an entire year will allow you to subscribe to that service. That is the best subscription service you could imagine. My Hulu price is going through the roof. I might have to cancel that. Anyway, it's a cheap one. Mark's going to jack your rate also next year. But for now, get in before he does that. Okay, next up is listener Angel, who is on the line from North Carolina. Hello, Angel. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
It's so hard for me not to make some sort of Angel reference. So I know that I'll probably make this mistake. But before I do, just let me apologize in advance. What brings you to us?
I had a question about retirement.
Okay.
So I know when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to have so much times your annual salary in your retirement account.
Hold on a second. Let me just do that again. Not necessarily. I want to dispel. I'm going to stop you right there. I don't mean to interrupt you. The reason why I want to interrupt you is that I do feel like people put immense pressure on themselves because someone along the way said, oh, you need to have X times your salary. And those rules of thumb, they don't work very well. It varies depending on what your needs are, how much money you spend. Like there's so many different factors here. So I would like to dispel this from your thinking so that you can just say let me see if I'm on track for my retirement needs, not like, oh, I've fallen behind, because I'm guessing you probably haven't. So let's start with, how old are you?
I am 43.
Are you partnered? Are you married? Are you single? What's your story?
I have a husband and one son.
How old's the husband?
He'll be 43 in 2 weeks.
Oh, very nice. And how old's your kid?
He's 6.
So tell us about kind of what's going on. Who's earning what and how much have you saved? Let's start with you. Are you working out of the house? Are you earning money? Are you staying home full time with your kid? What's going on?
No, I am the primary breadwinner in our house.
Okay. And how much do you earn?
I make $117.
How much does your husband make?
He is self-employed. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to put a real number on it, but he does pay himself, and it comes out if we just talk salary to the bank account, it's probably about $45,000.
Okay, that's good. on that combined income, how are you doing? Do you feel comfortable with where you are? Like just generally, I don't know, we'll get to the deeper numbers, but like, how are you feeling about it?
In reality, I think we're doing fine.
But you have something nagging in the back of your head. Are you stressed?
Yeah.
Angel, I can already tell. I can hear the stress in your voice, Mark. Just too much. Okay, let's go into seeing how fine you're doing. If we tell you you're doing fine, then you're really doing fine because we don't BS anyone. Okay, so you make $117,000. Do you contribute to a retirement account?
I do.
How much do you put away?
So I am trying to max it out.
Okay, that's great. So you're trying to do the 22.5 a year.
Yes.
How much money is in the plan?
I have the 401k and an IRA, and they're in the same place. Mm-hmm. So it is $232,000.
Okay, that's great. And will you be entitled to any pension?
No.
Okay. So 232, 401k, IRA. Boom, done. And do you have a brokerage account as well?
No.
Okay. And what about your husband? Does he have like a SEP IRA or just a regular IRA or anything else like that?
Yes, he has an IRA.
How much is in there?
He has about $135,000.
Look at that. That's great. And what about money in the bank?
We have around $15,000 in the bank.
That sounds a little light, no? How much money do you spend every month? You figure. Guess.
Each month is probably around $5,000.
How much is your home worth?
I just looked this up. It is worth $603,000.
You're very happy about that. You're like, whoa, I bought so long ago. Okay. What's the mortgage that's outstanding?
It is $252,000.
Do you know the mortgage interest rate?
We are at 3%, I believe.
Perfect. That's great. This is a fantastic story you're telling us already, so I'm happy about that. What about life insurance? Any life insurance in place?
Yes, we both have life insurance.
How much?
We have $500,000 on my husband and $400,000 on me. Okay.
And is that through work or is that just like a private term policy?
Yeah, it's a private one.
Okay, and term, right? Just
Yes.
Okay, great. And do you get any coverage through work?
I do. I get 2 times my salary through work.
Oh, all right. So there's 400 on you plus another 200 and something. I guess the only other question I have is through work, is that money going into a traditional 401k or a Roth 401k?
I have it split half and half.
Okay.
And then my work also contributes 6%.
And what do you think your husband's been putting away into the IRA? Just do you know that if he's maxing it, or is he sort of kind of doing it when he has the cash flow? What's the general the plan with his?
He has been doing $500 a month.
Okay, that's good. Okay, any money for the kid that's set aside yet, or not?
We do. We have a 529 set up for him, and then I also have a separate UTMA account.
How much is in the 529? How much in the UTMA?
The 529 was, I believe it's around $1,500.
Okay.
The UTMA was around $700.
Okay. Are you putting money in there on any regular basis, or is it sort of ad hoc?
We are putting just a little bit in there. It's about $50 each account.
Okay. All right. Any reason why the UTMA versus the 529?
Well, the 529, I have set aside hoping he'll use it for college.
Yeah, and you're saying, well, wait a minute. What if he doesn't go to college?
Right.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And I just want to set him up like with the UTMA that he can use maybe towards a house or something when he's older.
You're so nice. These parents are so nice, Mark. Mark, are there any other questions that you have to ask of Angel?
Nothing's jumping out at me. I mean, they're, she's worried, but they're doing a great job.
I know you're doing a really good job. How can we get you to stop stop making yourself nuts? Well, let me ask this. When do you think you'd want to retire as you look ahead?
I would like to semi-retire like around 55 or 60.
What are you going to do? You'll be bored. You sound like you're a stress bucket. How are you going to retire? You won't be able to relax. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, you're not working. I got to tell you what, if you feel stressed about your money, then retiring early, not a great game plan. because I'll tell you what happens. You totally freak out. I've seen this a zillion times. People are like, maybe it's just the stress of work. No, it's like the stress because you are stressed anyway, and you're going to just express it in a different way, and you will not have money coming in or as much money coming in. And that is not a pleasant situation for someone who gets stressed about money. Now, I don't think you'll have a problem. I really don't. So I would presume that, first of all, you have a 6-year-old, so you got to work for at least a dozen more years. So that brings you to 55, right? I would not set the bar as like, I want to retire or semi-retire. Like, let's see how you do. I think you don't spend a ton of money. So that's your saving grace. So think about this. When you guys both retire, when you're at Social Security, full retirement age, which is 67, you're probably going to have most of your money, the bulk of your needs will be met.
I just ran the numbers based on their current assets, and assume, they're saving combined. They're saving, give or take around $30,000 a year. If they keep doing that until, they hit their around 60-year mark, they're going to have a couple $1 million.
Really?
$1 million won't be $1 million like now because there is inflation. But you know what? That's a lot of money. And again, if you both work till you're 62-ish, don't forget, we got to get health care. So the idea that you're like, I want to call it quits when I'm 57, like we still have to get you healthcare. And he, as someone who's self-employed, not going to be able to be the one who provides it, right? I think that you are in great shape. You are on track to hit your numbers. I would not put the pressure on myself to think about like early retirement at this point. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying I wouldn't put that pressure on myself because, again, my stress bucket angel, I think that will add more stress to your life, not less. And you'll see that as you go along, you're going to be like, oh, I actually do have money. This is good. We do have college set. Like there's have to be a few milestones that we take care of before you get on that I'm going to retire early track. It's funny. It's like you said, I think I think we're doing fine. What is it that you think we could help you with to understand that you don't have to stress out about this so much?
So it might be that I just put money into too many buckets because we're also putting $500 a month into a separate savings.
Where is that?
bucket.
What do you mean? You mean not the $1,500? I mean, not the $15,000 account?
Yeah, that's in a separate one. That's got about $3,000 in it. And we're saving that for a trip. We're going on,
all right.
a trip
so
next
what?
year.
So maybe make it 300 or whatever. Like lighten up a little bit. I'll tell you what I would stop doing. I wouldn't put any money in the UPMA. If you're worried about, this is like a 6-year-old, you don't have to worry about like, I need my 6-year-old to have a car when the kid turns 16. Like we don't need to do that. That's adding, like to put that on your plate right now seems to me to be unnecessary. I know it's just $50 a month, but if you feel like all this money just keeps going out, and you're not really having fun as much as you'd like to, like be enjoying your life, considering that you actually make good money together and you've got this really cheap mortgage, like all these things that are good things, right? I feel like you would be better served if we kind of cleared out some of these things that are self-imposed obligations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where are we going next year?
Where are we going next year? Let's stop this nonsense. Mark, that's a sure sign that Mark's sick of listening to me. So where are we going next year?
Ireland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you have the trip actually planned?
So I have planned it a few times, but I haven't booked anything yet.
It's a beautiful country.
Really beautiful. Absolutely. All right. You got to just like get going. Stop stressing about this. Plan your trip. Relax. Stop putting money away for your kid for a car that they don't need. We don't even know if they're going to need or whatever they're going to do. A house. We don't even know what's going to happen. Your kid might be like in the circus, in which case they don't need a house. I'm just kidding you. I'm so bad. All right, Angel, what else do we need to know? And what do you have any other questions for us?
I think that's it. Like I do put a lot of pressure on myself to try to
I know.
make sure I'm set.
I know.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. You really are.
You're doing what you need to be doing. Keep doing this. And like I said, by the time you hit 60, you guys are going to look in your accounts and there's going to be $2 million.
And you're going to be so psyched. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, are you stressing out? Are you putting undue pressure on yourself? We need to help you get rid of that right away. Go to the website, JillOnMoney.com, click the contact us button. If you feel like you're stressing out about your money, even though like somewhere in your head, you know what? I'm fine. Why am I making myself crazy? We want to make you less crazy. Mark and I would consider that a great honor for you to trust us to be able to basically get you off that ledge. You're probably in better shape than you think. So again, JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. While you're there, sign up for the free weekly newsletter. And don't forget to leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to this show. Mark Talercio is the co-host and executive producer, also a fine web king. We are distributed by Paramount Global, and we drop our episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Try to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time.